Now, the African news update, where we begin in Cameroon, where authorities have dismissed the false, widespread report that President Paul Biya had appointed his son as vice president. The rumor surfaced shortly after the parliament reintroduced the vice presidential post, prompting speculation that Frank Biya had been named to the role. Officials have since clarified that no appointment has been made, describing the claims as misinformation. Despite being quickly debunked, the report intensified criticism of the constitutional amendment which gives the president sweeping powers over the vice presidency. Under the new law, the vice president can only exercise delegated authority and will take over for the remainder of the term if the presidency becomes vacant, fueling concerns among opposition figures about concentration of power. Shifting from Central to Eastern Africa, South Sudan has also seen a significant political shake-up after President Salva Kiir dismissed the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Parliament. The decision follows a petition by lawmakers alleging mismanagement of parliamentary funds and raising concerns over leadership within the legislature. New parliamentary leaders have now been appointed, with authorities describing the move as part of efforts to strengthen governance. The change comes amid a broader series of leadership adjustments in the country, underscoring continuing political recalibration within South Sudan's transitional framework. And in other parts of the continent, attention is now turning to Benin, where Finance Minister Romuald Wadangi is seeking to move from technocrats to head of state in an upcoming presidential election. Widely seen as the preferred successor to outgoing President Patrice Talon, Wadangi has campaigned on continuity and economic reforms. His supporters point to strong growth and expanded national budget during his tenure, while critics argue that limited opposition participation has narrowed the political contest. The election is being closely watched as a test of democratic stability in a region facing growing security and governance challenges. From politics to economic policies, Zimbabwe has introduced a new series of banknotes aimed at rebuilding confidence in its local currency. The Zimbabwean gold notes, featuring wildlife imagery, would initially be issued in 10, 20, and 50 denominations as part of the broader stabilization efforts. Authorities say the rollout is designed to encourage greater use of local money after years of reliance on foreign currencies. Older notes remain in circulation while officials monitor demand before introducing higher denominations. Energy concerns are also emerging, with Madagascar declaring a nationwide state emergency following fuel supply disruptions linked to the Middle East conflict. The government says that 15-day measure allow urgent steps to maintain electricity supply and safeguard essential services. Reports indicate that widespread shortages across the island as rising global oil prices strain supply chains. Officials say exceptional interventions will be used to stabilize the energy situation and reduce the impact on households and businesses. Security development also dominates the Democratic Republic of Congo, where American diplomat James Swan has taken office as the new head of the UN peacekeeping mission, MONUSCO. He assumed the role at a time of escalating tensions in the country's eastern regions. Swan is expected to prioritize ceasefire monitoring, restoration of peacekeeping mobility, and revival of dialogue mechanisms. The mission has already warned that additional resources will be needed as armed groups remain active across multiple provinces. And finally, the United States says it plans to establish a regional drone training center in Morocco to strengthen security cooperation across Africa. The initiative, announced at the African Land Forces Summit, would begin with a training module during the African Lion 2026 exercise. Officials say the center would serve as a hub for building sustainable security capabilities and enhancing counter-terrorism coordination. The project is also expected to deepen military cooperation between Morocco, the United States, and other African partners. That's it for the African News Update this morning.
Welcome to Razep Africa, the heartbeat of the continent in one show.